What's going on, Beta Gang? Ladies and gentlemen, what a day it was. I must say. Interesting day, to say the least. But before we get started, remember to go ahead and drop the like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, because you get more content like this. We talk about investments, swings, scalps. We talk about it all. That's what we do here. Just my memoirs on the stock market. We are documenting the journey and trying to cash in on the journey as well. Being said, if you have any particular tickers you are looking at, short-term, long-term, scalping, let me know. I would love to know. Just leave that down in the description below. But let's get into the news, shall we? I know primarily the biggest thing just today was the Georgia runoff. We're still waiting on that. I know I'm recording this here at 8:19. Looks like the market's still pricing the Democrat move up, is what it looks like. Being said, I mean, today I didn't take a lot of positions. I did do some trading today, not a lot. Still holding a lot of positions, but ultimately that pop in the morning, I definitely missed that because I wasn't sure. I thought we were going to pop and drop it. Like, it was hot, but we kept going, and then we kind of stalled, and some stocks fell and whatnots. But before we get too much into that, let's get back into the news. So the whole Georgia election bid, tomorrow, I guess we're really going to find out what goes on with that, and then I think we'll really get some direction from that. If Dems do win it, it means they get both seats. I think renewables is where it's at. So in the morning, I have some particular stocks I'm looking at, this short-term trades here, but essentially long runs as well too. If the Dems win, it's 100% renewables. So I'm going for renewables tomorrow is what I'm looking at out of the gate. So that's what I'm looking for there. Also, Tesla got another price target increase to 810 as well from Stanley Morgan today. So hoorah, Tesla. It was getting rejected. It was. I was calling it. I was like, man, that was a good one, because sometimes I can call pretty close. But I was like, man, that was like right on. And then that news came out after hours, the price target. I don't know when that came out. That came close to the end of the bell. And then it popped. It broke. It broke all-time highs again after hours, and it looks like it wants to keep running. So I wouldn't doubt if we try to at least touch 800 before we stall out. I am really anticipating a pullback on Tesla, but again, we'll get into that because we found out Jack Ma was just at lunch today, and Baba took off today. Did I play it? No, I did not. But Jack Ma, I think, just came back from his lunch break. I don't know if that's official. If it is or not, please let me know in the description down below. But from what I heard is he was found, or he was misplaced. I don't know what exactly happened, but he's still out there. He's still control of the Baba, as far as I'm aware, as of right now. As far as news, though, that is pretty much what I got. I think Fed meeting notes come out tomorrow as well. I haven't even looked at that, but I do believe Fed notes come out tomorrow, so that could also sway the voting, and that I think could really sway some things tomorrow. I think ultimately it's going to be based off of who gets elected. So if it's the Dems, look for those renewables. But that's pretty much what I got for the news. I think we can jump into the charts here tonight. Quit with all the small talk and jazzy junk. Hold on, let me rip her up here and see what we got here. Well, all right, let's get this thing popping. All right. So let's go full screen, so that way you guys get a better view of the chats. And yes, it looks like, yeah, it was popping. It was looking pretty fresh there for a second, but Not so much now. I don't know if there's any new news that just came out. It is 8:24 here now. It doesn't look like there's anything new. I mean, it could just be retesting. It looks like it might be retesting. I mean, I could make all the guesses right now, but in the morning, that whole case can change. Ultimately, I didn't hold any options today. I did grab some options on Planter today. I scalped that. That was the only scalp I had today, only because I was going to swing it, but then I originally went into the position to swing it, and then it popped up so much. And then considering the elections that were going on and not knowing, I ended up selling those before end of day. So that was my one scalp for today. And again, we don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow is a wild guess. Hopefully we know in the morning. It may even run longer, and there may be all kinds of issues tomorrow. So we'll see. I think we're still going to start. I don't know, man. The market needs to pull back some. It's run for too long. It's too high. But good old Tesla, since Tesla is our favorite around this joint. Tesla is, like I said, it got rejected today. This is what I was expecting, and then it started selling off. So it's kind of like, yes, I got it right. And then the news came out, price target increased, bam, and it just broke right through. So now I'm expecting a retest, possibly even an attempt for 800 before we stall and drop. I still have part of my core. I still have a core position in this, so it's not as heavy as I wanted it to be, because I was heavy when I came up here the first time and I chopped it. And then nonetheless, I'm waiting for it to come back down, and then I'll load the boat again, and I'll let you guys know when that happens. Because I definitely think we're going to drop off here. I think one of these levels here, I'm pretty sure it's going to be 800. I think that's what it's going to be. I think we're going to drop back down, retest to 700. It's just a fan theory here, but I think we're going to come back down to the 700 price point here. All before earnings is how I see this playing out. We go up to 8. We're like, nah, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and wait. We're going to wait for the quarterly earnings. So we're going to go ahead and come back right down to the 7s, would be my guess. Load the boat, and then earnings going to come out, and we're going to rip and break, or at least retest 800, if not break it, depending on how good earnings are. I definitely think this is the year for Tesla. Tesla, even though Tesla's been killing it the past year, a couple of years, more recent years, ever since what has it been, about a year and a half now since this crazy rip up. So it's still got plenty to go, and this year's even got more fuel to the fire. So sell the peaks and then fully load the boat and go back up in. So that's the plan anyway. So tomorrow, like I said, Tesla's always on watch. If you're going to be part of the beta gang, I can guarantee you Tesla's going to be number one watch all the time. Short, long, whatever you want to play, we're playing Tesla all the way through till it dies out, till it goes to zero. Believe that. Got a long time. Nonetheless, Airbnb, like I said, I am in shares on this. I got rid of the leap because of the burn, then I flipped the shares, and we had a nice push. Again, I think that was all the Dems. They're pricing that in. We'll see what happens. But now we're selling off after hours. But still, like Airbnb, I'll be watching this tomorrow. There's a lot of things that are in good positions now for short term. I wouldn't load the boat, because I still feel like the end of the month we're going to get a correction. So anything I think you take now, if it's not short term, and just be prepared to hold it for a while. You might see some red before it goes back to green. I'm just saying. Again, none of this is financial advice. Airbnb, I still got a pretty decent position in this. When I flipped the shares, I got a decent position in this. So again, if it keeps this range, I'll probably just continue to add. Although if the market starts to rip, I see this going right back with it. Then I'll sell position and then I'll reposition just like Tesla. Because on that correction, I think once after that correction hits, like I want to load the boat because I know from that point, I think this year is going to be a runaway year unless there's some black swan event. SQ did awesome. I picked up those shares yesterday. Picked up some shares yesterday, and we just jetted today. I wanted to grab down here again. I wanted to add a little bit more when I hit the zone today, but it was too quick for me. It came, barely tagged it, and then it took off. So I wanted to add a little bit more, but I didn't. So I'm in this, but it's light. It's not as heavy as I want it to be. Again, correction. I can get heavier on the correction, I think. So those three right there, I think the year for Tesla, Airbnb, and Square, I think they're going to have some huge years this year. I think those are my primaries this year. Also some of the penny stocks that I'm still sitting at, I think are going to be good. Apple. I don't know. It's just bad position. It just ran so hard. I mean, I can say that about a lot of these. Tesla has got a lot of backing. This was all pumped because of the car. It's going to come back down to normal levels here. That's just my guess on Apple. I mean, Apple just executes. So what can you say? I mean, I'm waiting for more like the 123. If it gets down to 123, might take Apple. We'll see. I think there's just bigger moves than other stocks. So I don't play Apple as much, although Apple's been kind of getting a little crazy lately. Facebook. I didn't play Facebook at all. I was waiting for the zone, never went off, so didn't play it. Debatable. If it touches back in the zone tomorrow, I might take it. Facebook, I like to play strictly like weeklies and scalps. As far as like swings with like shares or leaps, they do okay, but there are other stocks that just move so much better. So I primarily pay Facebook with scalps. TDOC, still playing range, still holding well. I think I added a little bit more today when it touched the zone. Got tagged a little bit more in. Just because I think my original position, I don't know if it was yesterday or today. I don't remember, but I added a little bit more to this. Not a lot, just a little bit. Again, this position, a little right out to support, more than likely. Let it try to retag up here at the 230, and then at that point, I'm going to have a tight stop on that. So if it drops down at all, I'm going to try to let it break. So I'll give it a little bit of room, wiggle room, but if it doesn't break and retest and take off, then it's going to retest the top, come out, break out, and right into my stop. That's what we're doing with that guy. BYND, again, I thought it was going to start, everything looked like, some of these start look like they're reversed, and TDOC look the same this morning. I had this nice big green candle like I was getting ready to break out, and then bam, right back into the zone. So back into this range. So we'll see if we continue to ping around here for the rest of the week. So I'm watching that. Snow actually, it's starting to consolidate. So if we get another day and doesn't break here, I'll definitely be looking at probably shares in this. I was looking at contracts today. Contracts don't look too bad. It's just the theta. You got to be careful with the theta. So if it continues to consolidate, we might get some better theta in that one. AMD. Let's see. AMD. AMD is looking. I mean, it's good. We got a lot of consolidation here. It's ready to start breaking out. Just waiting for the dip back in here. I've almost taken a couple times. I thought it was really gone the other day, and then it just dropped again. So I know the chips are about ready to rock and roll. I would want it down here. That's just me, just to play it safe. If we got a wick down there by some chance, We'll see though. I mean, it could rip and run. A lot of this one's typically good. I've always found that watching price action first thing after the bell as soon as that bell rings, if it's in good position, you can normally tell if AMD is going to rip or not. When I wanted it down, and then she ripped back up. So I'm hoping it comes back down again. I'm waiting for that. It's 103, 102 mark. I'm waiting for that zone for when. Better Food Company. The very good food company. Man, this bad boy rips. I should have grabbed more. I was really debating on grabbing more down here. Oh, man, she ripped right back today. I think this bad boy is going to have one heck of a year today. Or not today, but this year. Planet 13 dropped and then popped right back up. So it's playing that zone again well. If you missed it today, I don't know. I don't know if you're going to get another chance or not. If this is going to play this range or whatnot. I think if the Democrats get in, that could be good for MJ space. I don't really think anything is going to pass, but you might get some news that might push this even more up. Plus earnings coming up. We got to remember earnings is coming up too, so earnings can be a big one for all this. Evogen, waiting for it to come back down into the zone. It just kind of went sideways today. Again, why I kind of sold it. I just wanted to reposition, see what's going on first. But I do have a couple shares in my other account, which I don't really check that often. Planters, I did catch this today. I actually grabbed some calls today, rode those all the way up, and then right about here, I was like, I don't know. I didn't know. I wasn't too sure about with the news and everything, and I didn't want to risk it on a complete gamble, right? Like I have absolutely no clue what's going to happen overnight, especially tonight with the elections. So I didn't want to hold it. So I just took profit on this one. I'll look to reposition. I do have shares in this though still. I try to re-grab more shares. Did I grab shares? I don't know if I was able to capture more shares. I tried to grab more shares down here as well. I think I did actually grab more Planter shares today. I don't recall. I got a couple different accounts, so it's hard to tell which ones I did and which ones I didn't. If the Dems do win tonight and we find out, I was saying about getting renewables. So TAN being a good one, I think could be a good one, especially if we break above this overnight and do a retest. I might look. That's why I have the alert set. If it is that way, I might jump in on this tomorrow if we find out on the election. Renewables, can be any kind of renewables, even EVs can make out too if the Dems, which I'll probably play more EVs. TAN, I'm not so sure. Like again, I'll watch to see if it breaks. If it breaks, then I'll definitely be loading the boat on that one. Maybe look at calls on that, maybe even shares. I'm not sure yet. I'll play that one by ear, but that's where that's what I'll be looking tomorrow if that's the case. Shop, I was disappointed too. I thought we were going to go under 1,000, but I mean, it still may be the cause, but still may happen. I mean, nothing is impossible, but being said, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Waiting for Shop to get below 1,000. Spots still kind of looks like it's a bull flag, although it's not holding this zone very well. So we'll see. Not something I'm really looking at. HD is out of the zone, playing range. No, I think there's other stocks that get better range, to be honest. Lemonade is wedging. If it comes back down, I'll grab some. If not, if it breaks, I'll grab it. Just waiting for the range. ZM, I almost debated taking this today. When it was coming out the gate, I was debating because I was like, well, if we sell off, ZM normally acted like I can't even think of the word right now, but it normally goes reverse to whatever the market was doing. So that's what I came in. I was looking at this morning, but then luckily I didn't take it. I just kind of just stood off this morning. I kind of let everything play out. The 30 minutes, I let it go. I didn't touch anything this morning. I kind of just watched. And good thing, because this popped down quite a bit and then popped back up. So, but yeah, I don't know. ZM, it might. Not really sure. I know ARK is doing well. ARK has been buying ZM, so I don't know. I haven't seen any latest transactions. I know they were buying some a couple of weeks back. I haven't seen any recent transactions. This one here. Let's see. Hold on one second. GTCK. What is this? TTCF. So Tattooed Shaft, actually, it looks pretty decent, to be honest. This is wedge in here. So if it breaks above this wedge, I would definitely get in it. I'm going to wait till it breaks out of the wedge. It gives me direction. It would almost have to break the wedge and then break this zone. Normally, you probably get a couple minutes or so after it breaks, retest, and then jets from there. But that's someone to keep an eye on. There's pretty strong support there, so we'll see what happens if it does break up. But that's something to keep on watch as well. Then Disney being Disney. I like Disney. I like Disney as a nice recovery. Plus, I mean, I think Disney can really explode this year, but it's right now it's too high. It definitely needs to come down before I play Disney. I was kind of late to the like the Evo Gen train, but it's all good. It's all good in hood. Baba, obviously, I was actually watching this today. I almost took it. I think this was actually the first one I watched because I think before the opening bell came out, I heard the rumor that someone had found or that he wasn't missing, that Jack Ma wasn't missing. So I was like, oh, it's probably going to skyrocket. And then I sat on my hands and just watched it tear up today. So that was the only one that was moving for a while. And then everything kind of lagged and the tech started ripping after that. And NVIDIA, big bounce out of there today too. I didn't take this one either. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I think a lot's just debating what happens overnight. Again, why I kind of just held off today. In the Planters play, it started to rip up and it broke out of that wedge. That's why I really messed with Planters, or else I probably wouldn't have took that one either. I really wanted to just see what was going on. Because patience is definitely key. Like, you try to scalp, even on scalping, like if it's not set up perfectly, I definitely try not to take it. I know sometimes it's not always set up perfectly and I take it, but most of the time, if it's a scalp, I even try to just wait it out. Especially when I do swings, longer term holds, it's definitely a strong supports. I don't want to load the boat at the top of the key, and then they pass it down, and then bam, they dunk on you, and then you're totally trash for the rest of the game. Yeah, my position. Anyway, Amazon. Yeah, there's Amazon. Amazon looks like garbage. I don't know. I'm waiting for it to come down. I'm not messing with it. It's middle of the road. Pins. Pins. E-commerce. I'm just not messing with e-commerce right now. Bango. Bango. I'm waiting for 267. When we get there, might consider actually getting into it. If it doesn't get there, then I guess I won't be getting in it. When you play these penny stocks, it definitely would not be grabbing it up here, anywhere up here. Even at this, you got this support here at 416. Yeah, it's you're gonna gap fill and then crash down to here at least. I think this is a better support here, and you got the 200 running up, so 280 for old Bango. I think you got yourself a deal. So I might actually take this one. I'll have it on watch, although tomorrow definitely is not. Move this bad boy up here. I said I'll have it on watch tomorrow, but not on tomorrow, but it's probably on watch for the week because I want it to come down. Again, I'll wait till that alarm alert goes off. And then I didn't really see a whole lot. Another update for the geonomics index. This is good. I am still holding this one. It looks like it wants to break tomorrow. So just like with TDoc, the whole my genomics plays. Again, our short term. I'm riding off of momentum with these things and people pushing them because of Cathie Wood. Otherwise, I don't think there's going to be like huge dramatic moves like there was. I think those kind of moves aren't going to come for another probably 2 or 3 years before they start. And I think they're going to run, right? I think they're going to run like Tesla. Like Tesla's crazy run, but ultimately, I think you still got a couple of years before that starts to happen. But I am holding this. So like same play with TDoc. It's going to come up here to 108 is what I'm looking at. When it hits there, I'm going to have my stop right underneath there in case it wants to test and then jet or test back down and then break, and then I'm out. So this is another one too. I know Home. I had seen Home being talked about as well. I do like Home a lot. I did hit a big support. I was waiting for it to come down to this 13 mark, but didn't want to do that. It broke out here. So ultimately what I'm doing is I am actually looking to see if it will, looking for a retest, but it's starting to run pretty hard. I know some YouTubers were hyping this up, so it'll be interesting to see what happens this one. Normally there's a retest. So give it another day. It might hit the zone actually up here at 17, 18. And probably come back down to 15. So I got an alert there. I'll wait for it to come back down. Be patient. Definitely don't chase unless you plan on holding it. If you're just long-term investing these, then do what you want. They're pretty decent levels, but Home can really have a bounce back year. That's why I started moving it up because I do like Home. If you don't know what Home is technically, they sell a lot of like interior design, like cheap stuff. They're like a Home Depot for your house, essentially, for the inside of your house. So they do have some good stuff. Again, I'm waiting for it to come back down. I'm not going to chase that. But this could be one that could actually have a big tear this year too, is Home. It had a nice recovery from the $1.50 when I should have bought it back in March. This one's a good one too, this 3D printing one. Like I said, I captured this play on Leaps before. I cashed out. It was hitting a nice support here and it's starting to consolidate. So if it holds, it's 200. I may look to get back into this. I haven't actually been up to date on the 3D printing stuff. Although this is a 3D printing one, I think ARK Invest actually has quite a bit of one of their indexes. This one being one of their indexes, along with the Proto Lab. But again, I like this one better than the other one because this one has more patents to the software, I believe it is, the software that is involved in creating these different, creating the 3D printing from different materials. So that being said, I want it to get above all these EMAs. Right now, it looks like it's starting to break them slowly but surely. So if it breaks this 165.56, so what I want it to do is break up and then come back, retest, and take a position, because you've got a good run here. 23%, not bad, not bad at all. So you can capture a nice move right there. So I'm keeping this one on watch too. Protolab, Home. I got a couple of them. But I mean, it all depends tomorrow. I think after tomorrow, or once we get the final verdict on what's going on with everything, I think we'll actually we'll get some good direction at that point. And that's kind of what I've been waiting for. That's why today I didn't really do a lot. Like I said, I wanted to take that BABA only because as soon as I heard that news, I was like, yeah, that BABA was going to shoot up, and I completely missed it. I flaked out on it. I wanted to wait and see. I didn't want it to pump and dump. That's why I kind of waited on a lot of things. Though there was a lot of things that were pushing up. Even Tesla popped up again too, and I was just waiting because I felt like it was going to just get rejected and pull back. So I wanted to make sure that why we sold off the other day was just the end of year sell-off, and that's all it was. There's just so much news coming out. I know there's even stuff with oil again. Seems to happen always around this time of year. Being said, I think tomorrow should be good. I think we should have some. I think we'll get a lot of volatility tomorrow. I think there'll be a lot of movements in the stocks, and we should get some good moves tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Again, I have some positions. Again, I'm going for short term. I'm only trying to, if I take any longer positions with shares, I'm looking for it to go probably like 2 or 3 weeks. And then at that point, I'm probably going to hold off on shares. And ultimately, I'll probably just be scalping mostly for the next 2 weeks or so, just depending on the way the market is. Because I'm waiting for that correction. A correction is around the corner somewhere here. And as soon as we get that correction, then I'll start voting for longer swings. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got, guys. So if you enjoyed this video, remember to hit the like button on the way out. Until next time, guys, I will see you guys later.